Adele from Almost Home Rescue. How are you today? Good. We've received your application. My name is Adele Jones, and I'm the president of Almost Home Rescue. Early in 2005, a group of women got together to start Almost Home Rescue because of all the animals that were being euthanized for lack of space in shelters, namely southern shelters. Since then, we've become a 501c3. We bring up dogs every week. We've increased our volunteer base, and our mission is to save dogs that would otherwise be euthanized, that are in high-risk situations, or that need medical help. At the beginning, we started rescuing 2 or 3 dogs a week. And then it grew. As we obtained more foster homes, we were able to do up to 10 a week. So we've rescued probably 4,175 plus or minus since 2005. So there's a need, and most of the need is down south, and people contact us asking us to help with their rescue or their shelter. And what happens, we partner with them. And we get requests every single day, but we can't honor every request. And it's complicated. There's a lot of laws you need to follow before the dogs even get on transport. So we try to work with certain partner rescues or shelters who can follow our rules and go from there. We do use a transport service, Peterson's Express Transport. That's all they do, is they transport dogs from the south to the north, and we've been using them for many, many years, since the beginning of rescue almost. Once the dog arrives into Maine, it's required that they go into a foster home so that they can be quarantined. Sometimes they'll be adopted, or sometimes they're still available. They'll stay available until they're adopted. And they receive all their vetting here that wasn't done down south. Any medical attention that they need, we pay for all of that. We only ask the fosters to house and feed. Nobody in the organization gets paid. From the board all the way down to all of our volunteers, all the money that we raise and receive as donations goes back into the organization.
I've always loved animals and had wanted to get involved for a long time, but to be honest, I thought that it would hurt too much. My name is Tracy Cardelli, and I am a volunteer with Almost Home Rescue. Initially, I started off fostering, and that's worked out well. I've fostered about 25 dogs now over the last 3.5 years. And then I began doing home visits, going to the homes and meeting with potential new adopters, which I think is a really important role, because part of that process is providing education. And I think that education is one of the most important things that we can do in rescue. Every 13 seconds in this country, a healthy dog or cat is euthanized. That's devastating, and people don't know that. We don't hear about that in the mainstream media. So I think that if I and the rescue can get the word out to people, that we all need to know that and hear that. One of my favorite things as well is helping transport the dogs when they arrive in New England. It's a really emotional feeling when you see the dogs come down that ramp and know that they're safe, they're almost home. You know, some are absolutely terrified, but others are just as happy as can be. People will often say to me, how can you foster? I'd want to keep every dog. I'd have 100 dogs. And that's really not true. What you learn very quickly is that it's not about you. It's about the dog. And my home isn't the best home for every dog that I meet. I can't give them everything they need. And I can't keep saving dogs if I keep them all. When you foster, you often get notes and pictures and emails from new adopters, and you see how wonderful the dog is doing, and it's just so rewarding. You grow to love the dog, absolutely, but it's such a joy to know that you were able to be part of helping them find their forever home.
Fostering a dog entails bringing a dog into your home and providing food, shelter, exercise, and a lot of love and compassion and understanding. I'm Valerie Mercer, and I'm a foster with Almost Home Rescue. Fostering is extremely rewarding. There are challenges, but it is so rewarding to be a small part of this very complicated process of rehoming a dog. A foster dog can be with their foster anywhere from 2 or 5 days if doing a hold until the time that the dog is adopted. And in the past, my fosters have been with me anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks up until 3 months. When I started fostering, I was amazed at how many wonderful dogs were available for foster or adoption. It's sad that there are so many dogs available. We tend to get what I think are the cream of the crop, and unfortunately it's because there are so many dogs to pick from. If anyone was considering either fostering or adopting a dog, I would suggest to give it strong consideration and do your homework. Talk to other people who have fostered or adopted from reputable organizations.
I was at the park meeting one of my girlfriends at Fort Williams, and I met Sadie and her foster mother there at the park. And Sadie had on a collar and a leash that said, "Please adopt me." And I started talking to the foster mother, and Sadie was so sweet and so wonderful that I started thinking maybe we should adopt another dog. And I couldn't stop thinking about Sadie. So all day I texted my daughter and I texted my husband and said, "I think I found us the dog." And so I went on the Almost Home Rescue site and looked up all the information on Sadie and was sold. And within probably hours, we started filling out the adoption form, and we decided we were ready to adopt her.
Dundee is actually the 5th dog that we've had over the past 18 years. We at one point we had 4 dogs at once. We have no children, so our dogs have kind of been our children. And unfortunately, we had to put 3 of the other ones down due to old age. And when we were left with just 1 dog, we really felt kind of a hole in our hearts. And that was one of the reasons we were really looking into adopting another dog. The first step was, finding a dog that we liked online. We saw a couple pictures of him, read a little bit of his backstory. Then we just had to fill out an application. They contacted us, told us to, they would review the application and get back to us, and they did that within a couple days. I had to call my vet that someone might be contacting them from a rescue. And the next step was to set up an in-home visit where someone came and just checked out our house, made sure that everything looked good. And a couple days after that, we heard that our dog was being shipped up from Mississippi, and he'd be here over the weekend, and we were able to go to the foster home and pick him up 2 days after that.
So I lost Coco in September, and wasn't sure I was going to get a dog again, but just decided I'm a happier person with a dog. I did some web searches online. I was looking at different breeders in Maine for different kinds of dogs, and I stumbled across the Almost Home Rescue website, and I kept going back to it, and I just saw the picture of Bentley a few times, and I thought, all right, let's just try, like see what I need to do. And they had some really good details on their website. So the person came to visit us and interview us, saw the house, and it felt to me like they do a really good job of trying to understand what kind of an owner you might be, because they want to make sure it's a good fit for you. So yeah, I liked it.
I think it was kind of fate. We were meant to adopt her, because had I not met my girlfriend at the park, never would have met her and would have never heard of Almost Home Rescue. So it really was kind of a fated thing, and we knew that she should be in our family.
It's been awesome. Everything about it has been so much better than I thought it would be. We've never rescued a dog before, really, from a shelter type situation. So I had some concerns going into it, but it's been perfect.
Knowing that it wasn't all my decision, that I had to go through an application process and make sure I was the right fit for this guy, it gave me peace of mind. So I would highly recommend it. I think they do a great job.
I'm very impressed at people's willingness to consider a rescue dog, and that makes the fostering process even more worthwhile, because I know they're going to go into a good home.
It sometimes does hurt to know and understand what's going on in this country and other countries with animals, but if we keep turning a blind eye to it, we're not going to help them. I mean, one person can save so many dogs.
We do this because we love dogs and we want to be able to help. We want to be able to help the dogs that would be euthanized because of lack of space. Perfectly healthy, good dogs that can be placed in loving homes.